Elizabeth Taylor, the ultimate Hollywood icon. Her existence was a breathtaking spectacle of beauty, power, and unimaginable wealth. She wasn't just famous, she was mythic. Married 8 times to 7 different men, her life played out like an endless reel of love, loss, and public fascination. But beneath the sparkle of diamonds and the roar of adoration was a story far darker, more complicated than the world ever truly understood. How much heartbreak can one woman endure under the unforgiving glare of fame? Born in London in 1932 to American parents dealing in art, Elizabeth's path to stardom was set almost from the cradle. Her extraordinary looks, those violet eyes framed by double lashes, made her impossible to ignore. By the age of 12, she was already a sensation, capturing hearts in National Velvet 1944. Hollywood immediately claimed her, crafting an image of a flawless young princess inside a glittering cage. She was never allowed the innocence of youth. Her childhood dissolved into performance. That early fracture between fantasy and reality would haunt her for decades, driving her endless search for love and security amid the chaos of celebrity. By the late 1950s, Elizabeth was untouchable Hollywood royalty. Yet her personal life was a whirlwind of tragedy and scandal. She had loved deeply and lost painfully, widowed in 1958 when her husband, producer Mike Todd, died suddenly. In her grief, she turned to singer Eddie Fisher for comfort. But Fisher wasn't just anyone, he was married to her close friend, America's darling Debbie Reynolds. The affair set the press ablaze. Headlines screamed betrayal. Elizabeth was branded a husband stealer, a temptress who had broken Hollywood's golden couple. When she married Fisher in 1959, the world watched in shock, but that was only the beginning. Everything changed in 1961 when she stepped onto the set of Cleopatra. There she met Richard Burton, a Welsh actor with a voice like thunder and a presence that matched her own. Their chemistry was instant and uncontrollable. Both were married, both aware of the storm they were about to unleash. Their affair became a worldwide scandal, raw, public, and impossible to contain. Even the Vatican condemned their relationship. Members of Congress labeled their behavior erotic vagrancy. But Elizabeth and Richard didn't care. They divorced their partners and married in 1964, sealing one of the most infamous love stories in Hollywood history. Their union was both mesmerizing and destructive. They fought as passionately as they loved, drowning in luxury and excess. Together, they amassed jewels that became legend, the $1.1 million Krupp diamond, the famed La Peregrina pearl. They were larger than life, bound together by fire and chaos. But by 1974, the intensity had consumed them. They divorced, reconciled a year later, and divorced again in 1976. It was the final act of a love too powerful to survive. In the years that followed, Elizabeth transformed. She stepped back from the spotlight that had once devoured her and dedicated her life to something greater, championing HIV/AIDS awareness after the loss of her dear friend Rock Hudson. The scandals faded, but her spirit did not. The diamonds that once defined her became symbols of something deeper: resilience, compassion, and unapologetic strength. Elizabeth Taylor's story was never just about beauty or fame. It was about a woman who lived fiercely, loved recklessly, and refused to ever be anything less than unforgettable.